I raced at. I wouldn't be standing here without their help and support. There's a few racers I'd like to point out. Brian Newcomer was a much bigger influence and help than he probably realizes. Thanks for keeping all the Texas racers in line and being one of my biggest supporters. Another one is Stephen Bevels. He has become a really good friend, someone anyone could look up to. We have done nothing but make each other faster since we met 3 years ago. Our will to beat each other is unmatched, and somehow we remain very good friends through it all. You've taught me more than you know. Blake Andrews, with just a few pointers and a little help, has come a long way this year. After becoming friends with him and his wife, Jen, they have become more like family. And he's going to laugh that I just messed that up. I look forward to many more late-night Whataburger trips and setup talks next year. Steven Statler and Callie Gaston, it was my pleasure to help anywhere I could on y'all's title chase this year. I'm proud to call you both teammates. Congratulations, Steven, on the national rookie title. My season from start to finish was not what I expected. From my one race win goal to standing here, the things I valued the most at the end was the support from my family, other racers, and the great people I met along the way. I'd do it again in a heartbeat, and I wouldn't change a single thing. Thank each and every one of you. This is the hard part. This season was for my mom. After losing her nearly a year ago, the one thing I knew that could help me heal was putting a helmet back on. The amount of luck and success we had this year is unexplainable. I truly feel she was riding along with me. I love you. We all have our own reasons to be at a racetrack. None of this would be possible without IMCA giving us something to race for. Thank you, IMCA, and the tracks that ran us this year, like Abilene Speedway, Boyd Raceway, Kennedale Speedway Park, and Southern Oklahoma Speedway. Lastly, I couldn't have done this without my sponsors, 52 Fabrication, KO Racetech, Gaston Racing, STR Transport, RCM Trucking, and Jacksboro Towing and Recovery. Thank you all, and it was an unforgettable year. Thank you.
You know, for a guy who thought he was going to pass out behind the stage before he even got to your speech, you did a hell of a job. Congratulations. Randall Martin, the Sport Compact National Champion. In its third season as a sanctioned division, the Stealth Racing IMCA Stars Mod Lights held sanctioned events at 48 tracks in a record 13 states in 2023. Quick and continued growth is anticipated across the country for the popular division. Now it's time to meet our Stealth Racing IMCA Stars Mod Light Track State and Special Series champions. The champion at Hendry County Motorsports Park, the Florida State champion and second in national points, Stevie Troop. US 36 Raceway, Valley Speedway track champion and the Missouri State champion, Dylan Rafferty. The Arkansas State champion and fifth in national points, Blake Wilson. Track champion at Boone Speedway, Marshalltown Speedway, the Iowa State champion, and third in national points, Josh May. The Central Arkansas Motor Speedway track champion and also the champion of the Mod Lights of Arkansas, Bryce Vowen. Champion at Clarksville Speedway and the Tennessee State champion, Keith Fain. Track champion at Electric City Speedway and finishing sixth in national points, Michael Rafferty. The Hoosier State Mod Light Series champion and the Indiana State champion, Joe Boyle. Nebraska State champion, Taylor Pollock. A streak of 12 consecutive feature wins keyed Stevie Troop's race to the Stealth Racing IMCA Stars Mod Light National Rookie of the Year award. He'd earned both Hendry County Track and Florida State titles while finishing third in points at East Bay. The national runner-up ended with 18 wins and 24 top 5 finishes in just 27 starts. Troop squeezed in a handful of out-of-state races and got his last 2 Hendry County wins before turning attention full-time to his studies at the University of Tennessee College of Medicine in Memphis. Troop became the first Florida driver to earn national IMCA rookie honors in any division since 1996. Join me in welcoming the 2023 Stealth Racing IMCA Stars Mod Light National Rookie of the Year from West Palm Beach, Florida, Stevie Troop. At this time, all IMCA Sunoco Hobby Stock track, state, and series champions and those who finished in the top 10 in national points are invited behind the curtain over here to my right. And we'll also, while they're making their way up here, welcome to the stage the Stars Mod Light Crew Chief of the Year Award, Michael Rafferty. Anything for a photo op, Jerry, right? Start with long hours in the shop and a sharp eye for detail, then add good help and good sponsors. The result was 28 feature wins and another Stealth Racing IMCA Stars Mod Light National Championship for Dylan Rafferty. There have been few reasons to do anything different, as Rafferty has raced to the national crown each of the 3 years the Mod Light division has been sanctioned by IMCA, totaling 88 feature victories while winning an otherworldly 80% of his weekly starts. He won 28 of 34 outings, along with the U.S. 36 Raceway and Valley Speedway track and the Missouri State title in 2023. After a 3-race sweep of the Sugar Bowl Winter Nationals at Florida's Hendry County Motorsports Park in February, Rafferty returned home and went a perfect 16 for 16 at Valley. He won 5 times at U.S. 36 and twice at Electric City, making out-of-state tows for single wins at Junction Motor Speedway and Marshalltown Speedway. Please help me welcome the 2023 Stealth Racing IMCA Stars Mod Light National Champion from Kansas City, Missouri, Dylan Rafferty.
You'd think I'd learn to do a speech or something, but I don't like really planning things out, so I guess I'll just kind of go with what I got off the top of my head. But I'm going to start out by thanking my mom, because if I don't, I'll get in a lot of trouble when I go back to the table. So, I don't know, I just got a big shout-out to my brother. Me and him, we went everywhere racing this year. Not so much as previous years, but we still did quite a bit of traveling between going to Florida, racing, tons of races at home, and then I don't know what it was. A couple weeks ago, they had a big race in Texas, and we weren't going to go, but we went to eat with Tyler Farrell at Buffalo Wild Wings, and he was joking about going down there. Well, I found out the Formula One race was down there, so we ended up going down there. Started 12th because we missed qualifying night and made second. So it was fun, had a fun year. Just thanks to IMCA for doing what you guys do and making it so we can have a class like this. I think it's really helped the Mod Light class since we've become sanctioned, and I look forward to see how it keeps going. I'll finish off by thanking Crutchville Performance and MKR down there, the bus man. So, thank you, guys.
Now it's time to meet the 2023 IMCA Sunoco Hobby Stock Champions. This season, the Hobby Stocks competed in 70 different tracks in a record 15 different states and Canada in the northern and southern regions. Now here are your IMCA Southern and Northern Region track, state, and special series champions. Barona Speedway, Cocopah Speedway, Deuce of Clubs Thunder Raceway, Arizona State Champion, California State Champion, and ninth in national points, Thomas Daffrin. East Moline Speedway, the Illinois State Champion, and ninth in junior national points, Tucker Richardson. Dawson County Raceway, Rolling Plains Motor Speedway, Zach Olmsted. Benton County Speedway, Joran Fisher. Boone County Raceway, US 30 Speedway, third in national points, Tristan Grape. Boone Speedway, John Watson. Buffalo River Speedway, Brad Overdahl. CJ Speedway, Makokata Speedway, 8th in national points, Randy Lamar. Concordia Raceway, Salina Speedway, 4th in national points, Nicholas Ronabum. Crawford County Speedway and Shelby County Speedway, Jeff Fink. Dubuque Fairgrounds Speedway, Andrew Burke. Eagle Raceway, Ryan Gilliland. Estevan Motors Speedway, Nodak Speedway, Williston Basin Speedway, North Dakota State Champion, 7th in national points, Kyler Satrin. Honor Speedway and the Colorado State Champion, Clint Adams. I-76 Speedway, Alicia Hilzer. Junction Motor Speedway and the Nebraska State Champion, Travis Lunder. Lincoln County Speedway, Lincoln County Raceway, Tanner Jones. Minnesota State Champion, Reed Randall. North Central Speedway, Tim Otterness. Park Jefferson International Speedway, Wagner Speedway, and the South Dakota State Champion, Joel McGee. Phillips County Raceway, Mike Taylor. Sherman County Speedway, Kansas State Champion, 6th in national points, Cody Williams. Stewart Speedway, Skylar Pruitt. Wyoming State Champion, Larry Wagner. What started as the You Only Die Once, You Live Every Day tour ended with John Thomas earning Rookie of the Year in the Southern Region for IMCA Sunoco Hobby Stocks. Thomas made 23 of his 38 starts in his native state of Arizona, ending up with 4 feature wins and 20 top 5 finishes. Guesstimating his last feature win came in a pure stock in 2007, Thomas got back into racing following a health scare and with a full-time support of his girlfriend, Megan Aiden. Getting faster in his sophomore season tops Thomas's to-do list. He's already bought a new car and has plans to race closer to his home in Colorado and Nebraska next year. Please welcome your 2023 Southern Region Rookie of the Year from Statsburg, Colorado, John Thomas. AKA Wyatt Earp. Oh, easy. Nice job, JT. Thomas Daffrin borrowed a car when he made his first laps to race at the Midwest this summer. He might have to borrow a trailer to get all the trophies home that he's in plaques that he's going to get from this evening. The Brawley, California Speedster set the bar high in 2023, finishing 9th in IMCA Sunoco Hobby Stock National Standings and becoming the first California driver in division history to win the Southern Region title. Along with 17 feature wins, he'd also earned track championships at Barona Speedway, Cocopah Speedway, and Deuce of Club's Thunder Raceway track titles, and both the Arizona and California state crowns. How about a nice round of applause for the Southern Region champion from Brawley, California, Thomas Daffrin. Tucker Richardson began his first IMCA Sunoco hobby stock season not quite sure what he or his car were capable of. A lot of it turned out. As it turned out, Richardson wrapped up a national and IMCA Northern Region Rookie of the Year, honors along with East Moline Speedway track and Illinois State Championships while winning 4 feature wins and qualifying for the big dance at the IMCA Speedway Motors Super Nationals fueled by Casey's, all before celebrating his 17th birthday. He turned laps at 8 different tracks in all, racing to a flurry of top 5 finishes in the second half of the season and finishing 20th in national point standings. Please welcome the North Region and IMCA Sunoco Hobby Stock National Rookie of the Year from Morning Sun, Iowa, Tucker Richardson. IMCA Sport Mods, Northern and Southern Track State Series champions, and those who finished in the top 10 in National Sport Mod points, please make your way over to the right behind the curtain. This time, I'd like to welcome to the stage the IMCA Sunoco Hobby Stock Crew Chief recipient, A.J. Davenport. Zach Olmstead's 27th feature win of the season was his 100th in his IMCA Sunoco hobby stock career. His 28th checkered of the 2023 season made the Overton, Nebraska driver a first-time IMCA national champion. Olmstead traveled to 11 different tracks in Kansas and Nebraska and won at all but one of them, earning the IMCA Northern Region and Dawson County Raceway, along with RPM Speedway track titles. Olmstead was fastest everywhere after winning 13 of the first 28 starts in the season. A streak of 8 straight checkers was highlighted by a weekend sweep of both the RPM Speedway Ellis's County Fair Wheat Shocker Nationals and the Osborne County Fair races. Another streak of 4 straight wins would follow, then back-to-back wins at Thomas County Speedway and Junction Motor Speedway for career victories numbered 99 and 100. IMCA's National Rookie of the Year in 2015, Olmstead had a previous single-season best 16 wins in 2021. Please welcome your North Region and 2000 IMCA Sunoco Hobby Stock National Champion from Overton, Nebraska, Zach Olmstead.
I been asked all weekend if I had my speech ready, and I kept telling everybody no. So I wrote a couple bullet points down about 3:30 today. Supposed to be down here at 4. But I want to thank IMCA for this banquet. We all appreciate it, all the drivers. And I'm going to tell you guys, I've been the best man twice in a wedding. I cried both times. So work with me. I want to thank my wife. This is tough, guys. I just think I'm making fun of my brothers. I'll be all right. But my wife, the family, parents, Jake, Morgan, the Keystone Boys. If you know AJ and Corey, you'll know why we call them the Keystone Boys. I think they burnt Lincoln down last night. PB was with them. Everybody knows PB. And then got a couple guys here, not here, Jeremy. He's part of the pit crew too. Then I got a few sponsors to thank. Brendan Iltz, Iltz Racing and Fabrication. I'll call him any time of the night. Don't matter. He'll answer the phone. His wife probably hates me. I said, hey, let's try this out. Let's do this. And he's like, oh, that might be crazy, but it might work. And then Wade, FX Suspension. Same thing. I call him, text him all hours of the night. He answers his phone every time I'm at the track, gives me advice. I appreciate it, both you guys. Imperial Manufacturing, Chris and Chad. I don't know if you guys are here, but if you are, thanks. Hometown Storage, Overton Sand and Gravel. Runza, Kozad and Gothenburg. I think I might have made a deal at the beginning of the year with him. If I won the national championship, he was going to give maybe some free Runzas out, but that's just in Kozad and Gothenburg. They're going through. Hit him up. And then I got Sergeant Trucking. He's one of my good buddies from Colby, Kansas. He helps me out. And then Don and Susie Bolt. Just give me a moment. I'm going to beat you in time, Mike. I'm not a wussy, guys. Chad and Jamie, we all know. We all know this season wouldn't happen without you. Thank you. And then we got Mike and Anita Nichols Racing. She's got herself a pretty good driver. I looked up to you as a kid, Mike, growing up. No, I was a kid. I was a kid in the stands. Mike Nichols was an ass kicker. He was, yeah. I can call him any time of the day, too, and he'll answer. Talk to me like he's been my buddy forever. And I appreciate that. And the last person I want to thank is David Murray. He's not here. He's sick. He was supposed to come. But same thing as Mike. Grew up watching him. I can call him any time of the day. He'll give me setup advice, anything. Him and Mike, I talked to him a few times about this points deal, and they just said, chill out, man. You're worrying too much. Just race. Just race the car. But everybody I mentioned, you guys make the car go. I just drive it. And I'm going to leave you with one last thing is the great words of peanut butter. Honk or get honked. We're going to the front. Thanks, guys.
I think that's what it's all about right there, the pure emotion. And, hey, Zach, I don't think we're going to have Jerry back next year. If you want to co-MC, you've got the job. All right, the combination of the Friesen Performance Northern Sport Mod and Smiley's Racing Products Southern Sport Mod divisions continues to be among the fastest growing in the country. Car counts increased in 2023 as 107 tracks in 19 states and Canada hosted sanctioned Sport Mod racing this year. We will begin by recognizing the track, state, and special series champions in the Friesen Performance Northern Sport Mod division. Track champion at I-76 Speedway, Phillips County Raceway, the Colorado Alliance Tour, and fourth in junior national points. Please welcome Hunter Smith. Picking up track championships at Arlington Raceway and Kossuth County Speedway, Matthew Loft. Benton County Speedway track champion, Sam Wieben. Boone Speedway champion, Dusty Massolini. Colorado State champion, Blaine Lujan. Picking up track championships at Dawson County Raceway, Junction Motor Speedway, along with the Nebraska State Championship, and finishing 7th in national points, Brandon Spanger. Dodge City Raceway Park Track champion, Jimmy Brozek. Track champion at Eagle Raceway, Adam Verbka. Champion at Grays Harbor Raceway, Sunset Speedway, and the Washington State champion, Braden Brookshire. The Interstate Speedway champion, South Dakota State titleist, 10th in national points and 5th in junior national points, Willie Kirk. The Iowa State champion, and through his fine money, this banquet was possible, Jarrett Franzen. Maquoketa Speedway track champion, Robert Salagi. Merced Speedway champion, Richie Ragsdale. Winning the track title at Ocean Speedway, Chuck Golden. Shelby County Speedway track champion, Dylan Peterson. Sherman County Speedway champion, Lloyd Stover. After much success in his 2 IMCA Sunoco hobby stock seasons, Hunter Smith thought the time was right to look for new challenges in a new division. After his first Friesen Performance IMCA Northern Sport Mods start, he knew that decision was the correct one. Smith, 16 years old and a junior at Brush High School, became the first Colorado driver to earn National Rookie of the Year honors in his new class. He'd also top standings for hobby stock rookies in 2021. He'd win track titles at Phillips County Raceway and I-76 Speedway, as well as the Colorado Alliance Tour Championship, and finish 16th in national point standings. Please help me welcome the 2023 Rookie of the Year in the Friesen Performance Northern Sport Mods from Fort Morgan, Colorado, Hunter Smith. The theme to Taylor Cool's Lady Eagle Championship winning season had to be Have Race Car Will Travel. The Arizona native, relocated to Ames, Iowa since last spring, traveled to 14 different tracks in 4 Midwestern states over the course of the season, winning 7 of 41 Friesen Performance IMCA Northern Sport Mod starts, in topping point standings for the nearly 300 female drivers competing in IMCA in 2023. Cool, a top 5 finisher on 20 nights, found victory lane at Stewart Speedway 3 times while getting single wins at Interstate Speedway, Independence Motor Speedway, Buena Vista Raceway, and 141 Speedway. 26th nationally, she was one of just 4 drivers placing in Harris Clash, Captain of the Creek, and Super Nationals main events. Please join me in welcoming the 2023 IMCA Lady Eagle champion from Ames, Iowa, Taylor Cool. And welcome next to the stage, the Northern Sport Mod Crew Chief of the Year Award, Brittany Loft. Matthew Loft took a new approach in his pursuit of another Friesen Performance IMCA Northern Sport Mod National Championship. He raced less. Loaf chased points at just 2 tracks, winning titles at Thursday night venue Kossuth County Speedway and Saturday night speed plant Arlington Raceway. 3 Monday night checkers at Clay County Fair Speedway, and 3 more in as many Friday night starts at Murray County Speedway would help give the Sway City Speedster 31 wins and his 3rd straight and career 6th national crown. The national points leader by early August, Loft followed a runner-up finish at the Harris Clash with 8 straight feature wins, effectively adding the big 2023 Eagle Trophy to his collection of hardware already dated 2013, 2014, 2018, 2021, and 2022. Please welcome your 2023 Friesen Performance Northern Sport Mod National Champion from Sway City, Iowa, Matthew Loft.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, I got to thanks Brett and everyone at IMCA for their hospitality this weekend. The reception at the museum was once again awesome, as usual. And thanks to Speedway Motors for putting on the event. First of all, this is not about me at all. It takes a village, and our village is sitting right over there. My kids, Braden, Bryson, and Brindley. I love the time we get to spend working on the car at the shop at home, going to the races with us almost every night and watching. It's fun to watch their friendships grow with all our pit crew, our racing friends and family, other kids of the racers that race with us. We love racing you guys at the track with our racing family. There's no better family sport than racing. We love seeing the kids smiling in victory lane, but it always ends up sometimes in a fight on who gets to hold the trophy. So for tonight, they all are going to get recognized for their time and dedication put in this too. And we'll crown them crew chief of the year too with my wife. So we got some trophies for them. So our crew help this year was phenomenal. We've had a total of, I think, 4 DNFs in the last 3 years. So that means our car has to hold together and everybody has to do their job, and they all do it well. Zach, he's helped me off and on for many years now, pretty much since we started. Thank you for all your help in the pits and sacrificing your time and money to help us. Especially thanks for coming down with us the whole week down at the Super Nationals, even though our luck this year was horrible. It's just the way it goes sometimes, but we made a lot of memories and shared many laughs, and I even almost died on his golf cart when his battery blew up right underneath my butt. Tyler, thanks for your help too. He traveled to a lot of races this year, and Algona and Spencer almost every night. The kids sure enjoy having you guys around and helping out. Matt and Katie, thanks for supporting our racing adventures. They've come to a lot of races with us, and thanks to Katie for being my favorite pit lizard. And thanks for helping with making hero cards and all their TikToks and stuff. And I'm glad Matt finally grew a pair and asked her to marry him, so congratulations to Mr. and Mrs. Denison on your marriage this year. My mom, thanks for coming with almost every night and keeping me awake on the long drive home it seems like the older I get, the more tired I get too. So, Kevin and Jody, thanks for your support over all the years. It's been fun. We always know when they come to the races because we're usually the last ones to leave the track. My in-laws, Roger and Barb, thanks for coming with to so many races this year and helping with the kids in the stands or watching them at home during Boone. Especially since Mom wouldn't let the kids come with because they can't miss school. Other people who helped out tremendously this year are Greg Seidels, who traveled to a lot of races with us too and spent a lot of hours in the shop helping this summer. Stevie Shotnick, who does all my engine work. He builds a really good motor, good smooth power, and we don't have any problems, which is always a bonus. I also got to thank Ben and Doc for their help, and Ozzy. None of this could be possible without you guys. Thanks for your hard work and dedication. The key to success starts with a great team, and I've been blessed to work alongside some of the greatest people in our sport. Kelly Shryock has been a great mentor for me. He's made me a better driver, more confident and consistent on making changes and helping with my driving abilities. He builds by far the best mod chassis on the market, in my opinion. His chassis support is just unreal. I can't thank them enough for elevating our team to the next level. I also got to thank the living legend, Paul Berger. He builds one heck of a stock car. He's always there to help me out too, and I'm truly blessed to be able to drive your car, and thanks for the support over the years. I definitely need to also thank all the racers I race with against weekly. You know, that stat, I think we had 4 DNFs in the last 3 years. A lot of that is due to them too. You know, it's when you're starting 10th or 12th almost every night, it's easy to get caught up in a wreck, and it seems like our wrecks are getting fewer and far between. Also thanks to Sioux County Speedway, Ron Reefer, for giving us a track to race on Thursday nights, and the Allen family for racing up in Arlington on Saturdays. Both are phenomenal facilities, and I can't thank you enough. I can't go without thanking all our marketing partners this year too, starting with Skyrocket Chassis, Grody Construction, Moonlight Race Parts, JDR Carburetors, Moberg Consignment, Loaf Tank Wagon, EQ Cylinder Heads, S&S Machine, Landscaping Plus, Swift Springs, Fast Shafts, AFCO, Brent Prouty with Remax Realtors, Greg Penning Company CPAs, Mavis Feedlot, Guitar Man for Racers for Christ, CNL Woodworking, Esser Distributing, Broken Arrows Photography, Ellsworth Brother Manure Pumping, Arnell Ag Sales, Bierstedt Farms, Mitchell Machine, Snap Graphics, Balance Speed, Shocks, and Kefco. But last and not least, I have to thank my beautiful wife. This woman has so much on her plate every day. She can single-handedly organize and run our whole team, have everything ready, food ready, camper all set up, and we live a crazy, busy life, and it's very challenging sometimes. But we make a great team together, and I wouldn't want to do it with anyone else. You're a great mom, and I love you so much, and can't wait to see what the future is going to hold for us. Again, congratulations to all you champions out here tonight and your families. We hope you all have a safe holiday season. God bless, and we look forward to seeing everybody in 2024. Thank you.
Brittany, how big is your trophy room at home? A shop full? I mean, just with these, it's massive. Now we are going to meet the track state and special series champions in the Smiley's Racing Products Southern Sport Mod Division. Picking up the Boyd Raceway Track Championship along with the Texas State Championship, David Phillips. Grayson County Speedway Track Champion, Sean Marquez Jr. The track champion at Southern Oklahoma Speedway, along with the Oklahoma State Champion, John South. Opportunity knocked this season for Cutter Spalding in the form of a Smiley's Racing Products IMCA Southern Sport Mod. The 18-year-old from Andrews, Texas, was quick to make the transition from a local street stock class, racing to 3 feature wins in the National Rookie of the Year award in the sanctioned division. Spalding made more than half of his 2023 starts at Abilene Speedway, where his first IMCA win came on April 1st. He'd end the season 3rd in points at Abilene, 4th in the All-Star Shootout standings, and 7th nationally. The Andrews High School senior was 20th in his final season of junior national championship eligibility. He's exploring a career as a mechanic and planning to race an IMCA Sunoco stock car in 2024. Here is the 2023 Smiley's Racing Products Southern Sport Mod Rookie of the Year from Andrews, Texas, Cutter Spalding. At this time, all IMCA Sunoco Stock Car Track State and Series champions and those who finished in the top 10 in national stock car points, they can make their way to the right of the stage behind the curtain. And while they make their way up, let's bring up the Southern Sport Mod Crew Chief of the Year award. We've got 2 of them tonight, Roland Phillips and Kerry Fryer. Back in a race car after 6 years away from the track, David Phillips couldn't have scripted a better start to his 2023 season. The ending was pretty special, too. Phillips from Tuscola, Texas, was quick to knock the rust off after his lengthy hiatus, winning a dozen features, Boyd Raceway, and Texas State honors on the way to earning the Smiley's Racing Products IMCA Southern Sport Mod National Championship. He had won stock car titles in 2010 and 2012 at home track Abilene Speedway, the obvious choice when it came time to get back on the track last fall. Best friend Bradley Poore provided the connection to car owner Kerry Fryer, suggesting he drive one of the Southern Sport Mods in his stable. Phillips' father Roland brought his decades of racing knowledge to the new team. He'd total 6 wins at Boyd and 4 at Abilene on the year, with single checkers at Grayson County Speedway and Kennedale Speedway Park. In a tight race for the national title with Jeff Shepard, track championship bonus points earned at Boyd ultimately made the difference for Phillips. Please help me welcome your 2023 Smiley's Racing Products Southern Sport Mod National Champion from Tuscola, Texas, David Phillips.
We made it, Mom. And there's always a short joke for the short guys. What a crazy year we've got to be right in it. Wow. This is where you draw the blank. Pretty crazy. We started this year out not expecting to be up here. This is a cool opportunity for us. You think of the guys that have done this multiple times. You know, it's a Mike Nichols. Even in my class, you know, Keith White, Gabe Tucker. It is cool to stand up here when you run this type of race. It is you know what these guys go through. It takes a lot to do this. Some classes do more than what we do, and it's crazy. Anyway, ramble on here. Bill Martin was trying to prep me for this speech. He told me if I talked longer than Brett Rood, he will have Dave Brin to disqualify me the first race I'm at. So I'll try my best to make it short. If I can do complete sentences without crying, I'll be all right. I want to thank my wife, my kids. They've got the hardest job of all this. Like guy said before, she makes it happen so I can go play with somebody else's toys. It's amazing that she makes it happen at home, and for them to be there as my 2 best fans down there, it's awesome. My dad puts everything in this, makes it so easy for me to do what we just did this year. My mom, my sister, they help in the pits. My father-in-law, Mike, he couldn't be here, but he's a huge help also. I want to really thank Kerry Fryer for putting trust in me to wheel one of his cars. He does everything for us. We whatever we need down the road, at the track, in the shop, it's there's no expenses spared with this guy. Thank you. That's all we can say with him. He does everything. Reagan Martin, he's helped me out more ways than anybody should. He's a good teammate. He's done above and beyond for us. Got Dakota there at the shop. He unloads the cars, washes the cars. I'm a spoiled little brat with this race team. It really is really cool. Chance Brown, Damon Brown, they help at the track. Robbie Crabtree, he helps us out with setups. We got William Gould also. Madison Fryer, Chip, Chad, Josh, another Chip. We do have 2 Chips. Who has 2 Chips on their race team? We do. And it's a big one and a little one. I don't know. It's not made up. And Casey. All these guys, we had some bad luck at a track this year, and these guys stepped up and knocked out a whole car in a day when we needed one put together. It was crazy. And we didn't go out there and struggle the next week. Actually, we got it together right. The sponsors, Gary Fryer Motorsports, AAA Cutting Edge. I've got Wolfpack, AJ Enterprises, Dosser's Diesel Service. Got IRP by Crabtree and Dark Horse Racing Shocks. Robert and Robbie Crabtree, they really help this thing go in circles. They give us a good baseline. We get good support. I can't say enough about them and their help. Russ Fletcher, Fletcher Custom Engines, he goes above and beyond for us also. He'll come out. I don't want to go in detail. He is by far the best in the business, how I feel. We've also got Showtime Signs and Designs. He always makes our stuff look good. He does signs, stickers, wraps. Everybody's got their guy. I got mine. He's the best. I think that's it. I don't want to get in trouble, so thank y'all.
Do want to remind everybody, all of our champions, our track series, and all champions, we'll have you make sure you stick around to the end. We'll have our big group picture up here, and then, of course, our national champions. So want to make sure and have your jackets and everything. Just a quick reminder so nobody sneaks on out before you get that great picture. This time, we'd like to meet our 2023 IMCA Sunoco Stock Car Champions. A record 101 tracks hosted IMCA-sanctioned stock car events in 20 different states in Canada. Let's begin by meeting our track, state, and special series champions in the EQ cylinder head, southern and northern regions. The Arizona State champion, Chris McCurdy. Crawford County Speedway, 4th in national points, Jake Sacco. Dawson County Raceway, Shelby Speedway, Mike Nichols. Colorado State Champion, Mike Puck. Deuce of Clubs Thunder Raceway, Chaz Baca. Eagle Raceway, Nate Thompson. Lincoln County Raceway, Jeff Whiting. Marshalltown Speedway, Steve Meyer. North Central Speedway, Tim Gonska. Salina Speedway, Scott Miller. Stewart Raceway, Tim Delaney. And Wagner Speedway, Kip DeGroat. After a 9-year break, Chris McCurdy Sr. decided that the time was right to get back on the racetrack. After his first IMCA Sunoco stock car season, he was wishing he'd made the decision sooner. McCurdy followed an ambitious schedule, making 47 starts at 7 different tracks, while it took 44 of those starts to get his one and only win. In the Tempe, Arizona driver became a consistent runner on the way to earning the EQ Cylinderhead Southern Region Rookie of the Year honors and the Arizona State Championship. The top 10 finishes, 17 in all, would start coming in bunches by April. McCurdy would be runner-up in points at Deuce of Clubs Thunder Raceway and got his career first win in the class on August 25th at the Show Low Speed Plant. Here is the 2023 EQ Cylinderhead Southern Region Stock Car Rookie of the Year from Tempe, Arizona, Chris McCurdy. Blake Clark got the job done in and on the dirt again this year. A heavy equipment operator by trade, the Joshua, Texas driver raced to a second consecutive EQ Cylinderhead Southern Region Championship. His total of 11 IMCA Sunoco stock car wins, giving him the edge over Matt Gilliam after the two finished in a tie at the top of the point standings. Clark's travels took him to eight different tracks in Texas and Oklahoma. Clark was a 5-time winner at Boyd and a 4-time winner at the Southern Oklahoma Speedway. 5th in national point standings for the Class 2 Tough to Tame. He also had a single checkered win at the Heart of Texas Speedway and Kennedale Speedway Park. How about a nice round of applause for your 2023 EQ Cylinderhead Southern Region Champion from Joshua, Texas, Blake Clark. Jake Sacco needed a single season to race to a collection of IMCA accomplishments, and it would take most drivers an entire career to accumulate. The IMCA Sunoco Stock Car National and EQ Cylinderhead Northern Region Rookie of the Year, Sacco was track champion at Crawford County Speedway and a 10-time feature winner in 2023, wrapping up the season with checkers at Shelby County Speedway's Tiny Lund Memorial. He got his first win in just his third career start and ended up with 25 top fives and 4th in national point standings. But wait, the old late-night TV infomercial urges, there's more. A 2-car star, Sacco won both the BSB Race of Champions in the Northern Sport Mod main event and qualified for both the B&B Chassis All-Star Invitational Stock Cars Big Dance at the IMCA Speedway Motors Super Nationals fueled by Casey's. Please welcome back to the stage your 2023 EQ Cylinderheads Northern Region and IMCA Sunoco Stock Car National Rookie of the Year from Manning, Iowa, Jake Sacco. This time we'd like to welcome to the stage our IMCA Sunoco Stock Car Crew Chief Recipient, Justin Gessert. IMCA Sprint Car Track, State, and Series champions, along with those that finished in the top 10 in Sprint Car points, please make your way over to my right behind the stage. Mike Nichols had 3 lessons to share following his career 12th IMCA Sunoco Stock Car National Championship. First, do the work. Second, surround yourself with good people. And third, when you find a penny, pick it up. He won 22 features along with the EQ Cylinderheads Northern Region and Track Championships at Dawson County Raceway and Shelby County Speedway in matching the legendary Ernie Durr's IMCA career total of 12 national championships in 2023. Nichols started his latest championship campaign with 9 checkers before Memorial Day weekend. then endured an uncharacteristic slump that saw him win just one in the next 12 starts. Then he found a penny on the ground, picked it up, and raced to 6 wins in 7 nights. Nichols won his first national crown in 2002, adding titles in 04, 07, 10, 14, 16, 18, 20, and now 23. To date, he has 627 career wins and 48 track championships and special series, in addition to a dozen national and regional titles since turning those first sanctioned laps in 1996. Now welcome your 12th time in 2023 IMCA Sunoco Stock Car National Champion from Harlan, Iowa, Mike Nichols.
Zach, you had to start that whole emotional thing, so hopefully I'll be able to get through. First off, I'd like to thank the staff here at the Cornhusker for another amazing job hosting us and providing a great meal. I'd like to take a moment and thank the Smith family and Speedway Motors for welcoming so many racers in to see a true gem at the museum. For any of you that didn't go or didn't get an opportunity to go, I'd highly encourage you to go see it. The history in that building is truly remarkable. I'd like to thank the entire staff at IMCA. Most of the staff I've known for more than a couple decades, as Jerry alluded. After that much time, mostly spending the summers together and the weekend after Thanksgiving in many cases, it's hard not to consider them part of your family. Thank you to the entire staff at all of the IMCA tracks, especially the Crawford County Speedway, the Shelby County Speedway, and the Dawson County Raceway. Their hard work and all the sacrifices made helped to give us all a place to compete against one another. As I've grown older, I've realized that all of us in this room have more in common than what we don't. Racing is full of egomaniacs that all strive to win. Racing is unique in that only one can be the winner on any given night. Therefore, to be surrounded by so many winners from all over the country in one room tonight, to me, is just truly remarkable. Congrats to each and every one of you, and I'd especially like to congratulate my fellow national champions. Matt Loof, man, you're like spot on with that speech. It's like you've done it 100 times. I remember your first one where it was so nervous, but, you got the kids, mostly going the right direction, which is great. Corey Dumper, 5 in a row. It's just, things like that, when you think about it, it's just truly remarkable. Chaz coming from Arizona, that's amazing to see a national champion from there. The only question I have is, do you have a brother Chew? I'm sure he's never heard that before. Zach Olmstead, man, I'm so proud of you. It's so rare anymore these days to see someone put together a goal at the beginning of the year and then figure out how to do it and then to go do it. So for that, I'm really proud of you, man. I'm just sorry that you're sitting at a table where you're like the 4th best driver. I guess it's a good thing your uncle isn't there. That'd be... I have to thank my amazing pit crew, starting with Paul Zimmerman, Mike Dirks, and everyone else that couldn't be with us tonight. Shane Ransom. Shane's a great guy who I graduated high school with, have drank a lot of beers with, and has supported me as long as I can remember. Thank you, Shane. Phil Moyer. Phil is so passionate about racing, affectionately referred to as part of my Missouri pit crew. He's always willing to get it dirty and loves to bring the food to the track that he's prepared. So thank you, Phil. Casey Ferens. Casey grew up with my buddy Jay Baumley. He helped on a late model for such a long time, and I finally helped him realize that IMCA stock car is the best racing that there is. Thank you for your knowledge and your patience with me and influencing me to try new setups on the car. Thank you, Casey. Wendell Cross. Wendell's the brother of Wade Cross of FX Suspension. Wendell just showed up one night at the Dawson County Raceway and started turning wrenches on my car. I'm so thankful that he did. You're such a good man, and you're willing to help anyone that would ever ask. Our sport and the world needs more people like you, so thank you, Wendell. Justin and Jess Gesser. I bring up Jess because she is such an amazing woman. Not only has she built a beautiful family, but she has also put up with Justin for so long. She understands Justin's passion for racing competitively and lets him come racing with us. I appreciate that, Jess. Justin is one of the most talented individuals that I know. Now a 10-time crew chief of the year. I believe he still enjoys it as much as he ever has. He would be the most sought-after crew chief for hire if that is what he truly wanted to do. But he's a family man, and he's a good man. I'm very lucky to have had him in the 63 camp. Thank you. Anita. For so many of my early years of racing, I believed that getting into a relationship would only slow down the racing program. In 2011, I fell in love with my Imodium. I say Imodium because Anita has really helped me get my shit together. She's taught me how to become a better racer and a better man. And just like the lyrics to one of our favorite John Michael Montgomery songs go, nothing in this world comes easily, but I can't lose with her right next to me. Thank you, Anita, for seeing something in me I never even knew existed. Sponsors, first I'd like to thank all of my amazing sponsors who couldn't be here tonight. Chad Stevens with Phil's Lawn and Landscape, Barron's Trucking, Guzman's Westside, Mikasa Family Restaurant, Peterson Motors, the Rust Family, Rusty Iron, Bodies by Bush, The Lounge, Golf Farms, Kearney Heritage Farms, Advanced Communication Services, What's Your Sign Graphics, Dynamic Drivelines, The Twisted Tail, Josh Nielsen at Woodhouse Auto Family in Missouri Valley, Kevco Oil Pans, Kevin Stoa and the whole gang at KS Engineering, my dear friend Chris Heater with Imperial Manufacturing Racing, Noonan Industries, Bassett Wheel, Multi-Fire by Money, Western Carriers, and the Sherfick family, Chris Douglas, Comp Cams, Danny Knowles with Quick Car, all the guys at Mosier Engineering who've now been with me for 20 years, which is just incredible, Doug at Schoenfeld Headers, CP Carrillo, Frank Simonetti and Swift, and Spike Logue with Willwood. Shane and Sean Ransom, they are here tonight with Independent Sensi Consultants. This is year 2 on the race car. Now many years of friendship and a lifetime to go building more memories together. So thank you for everything. Dragonfly Acres of Portsmouth. Chad and Sarah Reinig, 2 of our best friends, the ones we vacation together with, the ones I help in the field driving a grain cart in the fall where I spill slightly more corn than I get into the semi. This is their first national banquet. Sarah has been one of my best friends since high school. Sarah has given me the best advice along the way. So I've come to the conclusion that she would be a great race car driver because she's so good at spotting the red flags. FX Suspension, Wade Cross, you have such a knowledge for shocks and how to apply that technology to driving styles and track conditions. Working with him has made me a better racer for sure. Thank you, Wade, for everything you've done for me over the years. SSS Motorsports, what can you say about Luke Cochran? Well, usually you can't say much because you can't get a word in edgewise. Anybody who knows Luke knows that's really funny. I believe he will be a future Nebraska Hall of Famer for his passion of racing. I've watched him race to his championships while I was a kid, and now I've seen him support racetracks and racers, including myself, along the way. Luke, thank you for your passion, your friendship, and for doing all you can to keep racing alive. B&B Racing Chassis, Paul and Missy, you guys are the best. I was so honored to be the officiant of your wedding. I first got a B&B in 2013, so this makes 10 years working together. Little did I know that decision to get in his car would lead me to finding such a good friend. Truly one of the best guys I know. Not only is he a great guy to me, but somehow he manages to answer his phone and offer assistance to any of his customers that reach out, even with how much his business has grown. His passion for his business and for stock car racing is unmatched. Some people think our talks have a lot of high-tech content that could change stock car racing technology. Well, the truth is, it's mostly Paul sending me TikTok videos and me sending him an emoji with my hand over my face. Thank you, B&B, for building the best and safest stock car on the market. I first started racing, this is the tough part. I first started racing in 1994, making 2023 my 30th year. It is my intention for 2024 to be my last. At least out of our regular routine of weekly racing. I'm looking forward to hitting it hard one more time, which will include a trip back to Super Nationals. I'm sorry, Anita, if you're just finding that out now. I just want to say I hope to see many of you at a racetrack next year. Thank you all, and happy holidays.
Is he really going to quit, Anita? Wow. That's big news. You're going to let him? The IMCA Race Saver Sprint Car Division continues to lead the way in affordable sprint car racing. That proof is reflected in record numbers yet again this past season, as 85 tracks in 20 states hosted sanctioned Race Saver sprint car action in 2023. Here are this year's sprint car champions. The Eagle Raceway track champion, Tyler Drucke. The champion at Arlington Raceway, the IMCA Race Saver Minnesota Sprint Series champion, the Minnesota State champion, and fourth in national sprint car points, Matt Johnson. The Crawford County Speedway and Iowa State champion, Madison Miller. The Nebraska State champion and finishing seventh in national points, Gunnar Pike. The Ohio Thunder Sprint Car Series champion and the Ohio State champion, Wyatt Justice. Tyler Rabenberg had two pretty big accomplishments to his credit in just his first month in an IMCA Race Saver sprint car. He had an even bigger one at the end of his first season. The 17-year-old from Cambridge, Minnesota, had 2 wins, including his very first start of the season at Red River Valley Speedway, and another 13 top 5 finishes in racing to National Rookie of the Year honors in IMCA's wing division. He'd make 32 starts in all at 6 different tracks in North Dakota, South Dakota, and Minnesota, and was third in points at Red River Valley. Now a senior at Connections Academy, an online school, and looking forward to a career in diesel mechanics or welding, Rabenberg was competitive in the class from night one. Please help me welcome the 2023 Race Saver IMCA Sprint Car Rookie of the Year from Cambridge, Minnesota, Tyler Rabenberg. At this time, IMCA late model track, state, and series champions and those who finish in the top 10 in national late model points can gather to the right of the stage. And we will welcome to the stage right now the IMCA Race Saver Sprint Car Crew Chief of the Year Award to Austin Drucke. Tyler Drucke started this season looking to race with the toughest competition and prove he was the best Race Saver sprint car driver in the country. He accomplished both goals, racing to a division-best 13 feature wins and a career-first IMCA National crown. A top 5 finisher in 8 of his first 13 starts, Drucke won at a 500 clip the rest of the season, collecting checkers at 7 different tracks in 4 states. He turned heads in topping the Front Row Challenge at Southern Iowa Speedway, his first of 5 wins during a 6-race stretch in August, 2 of those wins coming at Eagle Raceway, where he earned track championship honors. The third-generation driver had grown up at Eagle, watching Father Blaine run Friday Night Flyers and returning the next evening to watch sprint cars. Just the second Nebraska driver to win the IMCA Race Saver Sprint Car National title, Drucke now has 54 career wins, 11th on the all-time list for the wing division. Here is your 2023 Race Saver IMCA Sprint Car National Champion from Eagle, Nebraska, Tyler Drucke.
Well, I ain't no Mike Nichols, so I'll try and keep this shorter. We've been competing for national championships since I was 12 years old, and we finished second 3 times, finished third once. So clearly I don't know how to build a championship team, and it's taken me 18 years to do so. So 2005, Mom and Dad started a junior sprint team, and it was just us and my Aunt Jim Bell, my first sponsor, and she's been my longest tenured sponsor to date. 2010, we added Mike and Janet Zoz and Matt Zoz and Double Z Express and Zoz Farms, and they took us to the next level and gave me the opportunity to race sprint cars. And without them, I don't know that I'd ever have achieved that goal. We moved to 2011. We added Jeffries Trucking. I've been racing J&J sprint cars with Jack and Bonnie Elam since 2010, and since 2010, the only car I've ever purchased was a J&J, and we have 65 wins to date. And I thank you both for coming tonight, all the way from McKenzie, Tennessee. So I think that's pretty rare, and I appreciate you guys coming tonight. In 2014, I stepped it up and tried to add more partners and tried to build a bigger team. Angels Energy Service, Scott and Elaine, thank you very much for coming from Spencer, Nebraska. Billy Rosehill, Page, Nebraska. Tim and Kathy Wells. Johnson Farms, Spencer, Nebraska. Doug and Connie, Troy and Liz. We're thinking about you, Troy, and hope you can make it here next year. Drucke Ranch, Willie, Craig, Tony, I appreciate you guys jumping on board. It's taken a lot to get to this point, and we appreciate you. TD Signs, it's called TD Signs and Graphics for obvious reasons, but my little brother would tell you we should just call it Austin Drucke Signs and Graphics. So appreciate you helping letter the cars. Dustin Gertis joined us in 2015. He's a tire guy. Anything else I tell him to do, so I appreciate that. Thank you, Brooke and Dustin, for everything you've done for us and our race team. I enjoy racing with you, and we look forward to doing more. Speedway Motors Racing Engines. I've been with them since 2016. Zach Woods, Jamie, thank you for letting them build the badass Race Saver engines that they are. You know, everybody else can post on social media what the best engine is, but the results speak for themselves, so don't everything they tell you on Facebook. Val Racing Wheels, 2018. We've been with them ever since. Appreciate everything they've done for me. Gordon Electric out of Eagle, Nebraska. Thank you for giving me Jake for a spare crew guy every now and again. Jake and Robin, thanks for coming tonight. Ford Pipe, Papillion, Nebraska. Mark and Gina Vanderheiden. Appreciate everything they've done for me. Schaefer's Oil. 2020, I went to the PR show and for any and every way that I could to reduce rotating weight and friction in our car, and we made a big stride in that, and part of that was joining with Schaefer's Oil, and Justin Koppel out of Louisville, Nebraska helped us out with that. 402 Massage, currently relocated to Casper, Wyoming. So I don't know if there's any Wyoming Cowboys in here tonight, but look Andrea up. I appreciate her coming on board. My little brother, Austin, took a bigger role in 2020, and it didn't come without a fist fight and a bloody fight in the shop, but I think I finally got my point across. You listen to me, and we do things my way, and then you can include it along the way. So thank you, Austin, for coming on board and taking a bigger role and taking our team to the next level. 2021, we added Cherney Enterprises, Ice Salesman, and King's Auto Supply. I thank Cody for coming on board, Matt and Melanie and Rachel, and then Bill Howell with King's Auto Supply. I keep building this team year after year, and we keep striving to try and win this national title, and it's taken this long to do it. So clearly I didn't have all the pieces right yet. Charles E. Sykes, Aunt Connie, and Uncle Charlie, thank you for coming on board in 2022. Midwest Racing Performance. We added AFCO Racing and Speedway Motors. That was a big change in our program. Thank you for AFCO for the awesome radiators. Speedway Motors for everything you do for us. In 2023 was the last keys to the puzzle to finally pull this off. We added ESC, The Wave, Unlimited Sports Solution, American Trailer Company, and Empire Fence. I went down to Belleville, Kansas, and met with Cody Cherney, and we like to go coyote hunting, and that's the best way to talk about racing is go coyote hunting. And he decided that we really needed to gather everything and make it one goal to go for the national title. Then when I met with Rachel and Matt, they had a little different idea, but as soon as I told them what we had kind of schemed up when I was down there in Belleville, they jumped on board. And it's taken all these people truly direction to make it happen. And this is the first year I can say we strive for this from April till the end of the season. I couldn't do this without my wife, Brandy. The missing piece to the puzzle has been her and my son, Whelan. They give me an alternative, something else to think about other than driving up and down the road, thinking about race cars. And then I had a sponsor ask me earlier tonight, what do I do besides trucking and racing? And I can honestly say there's not much, but one of the most important things I look forward to is being Whelan's dad. And I look forward to that, and I hope we can accomplish more things. And the ultimate dream would be some year to get him up here. So thank you, guys. I ain't Mike Nichols, but I'll get out of here.
Historically, one of the most competitive divisions IMCA has to offer is the IMCA Sunoco Late Models. And of course, they made history again in 2023, resulting in the first champion in over 50 years to win a fifth consecutive national title. Now it's time to meet our IMCA Late Model track and state champions. Boone County Raceway, Off-Road Speedway, US 30 Speedway, and Nebraska State Champion, Corey Dumpert. 34 Raceway, Lee County Speedway, 6th in national points, C.J. Horn. Crawford County Speedway and 5th in national points, Cale Kaziski. Dubuque Fairgrounds Speedway, Eric Pollard. And the Iowa State champion, Colton Leal. A season that started with admittingly low expectations instead resulted in Cade Richards racing into the IMCA record books. Richards became the first IMCA driver to win a National Rookie of the Year in 3 different divisions, following his first-year honor in the Friesen Performance Northern Sport Mods in 2019, followed by an IMCA Sunoco Stock Car Rookie of the Year in 2021. His one finish outside of the top 5 was a DNF, and precedes Richard's first win in the class June 30th at the Crawford County Speedway. He'd finished with 5 feature wins, 2 each at Crawford County Speedway and at Shelby County Speedway, and 1 at Off-Road Speedway. Race plans for 2024 remain uncertain as he's currently juggling college with an R&D engineering internship at Speedway Motors. Also a 4th-place finisher in national points and 3rd in junior national points. Here is your 2023 IMCA Late Model National Rookie of the Year from Lincoln, Nebraska, Cade Richards. This time I'd like to welcome to the stage our IMCA Late Model Crew Chiefs recipients, Lindsay and Carrie Dumpert. Corey Dumpert vowed last fall that he'd hit the ground running in 2023. The IMCA Speedway Motors weekly racing point season rolled around, and he made good on that promise. Racing to 15 feature wins, 3 track titles, and a record-extending 5th straight IMCA Sunoco Late Model National Championship. He is just the 3rd driver in IMCA's modern era to win national championships in 5 consecutive seasons. Dumpert was quick to find victory lane after switching to the Longhorn chassis, topping the opening night shows at US 30 Speedway and collecting another 10 feature wins by mid-June. Runner-up in the IMCA Speedway Motors Super fueled by Casey's after winning at Boone last year. Dumpert wrapped up his latest national championship with a flurry of top 5 finishes and finished the season with 80 wins in his IMCA Sunoco late model career. Please welcome to the stage your 2023 IMCA late model national champion from Newman Grove, Nebraska, Corey Dumpert.
Well, I want to keep this pretty short and sweet so we can get out of here and get to drinking. I'd like to thank my wife for holding down the fort in the household and allowing me to spend probably way too much time out in the garage. My parents, my dad's just a phone call away to come down and help with what I need. My mom videotapes all the races. Gosh knows I watch those way too many times. Martha and Kevin and Martha Safranik, Freezing Performance, Go Lithium Batteries, and Swift Springs. Thank you. You guys make this all possible.
What'd you think of that, Nichols? That was pretty good, wasn't it? Yeah. At this time, all IMCA Modified Track State and Series champions and those who finish in the top 10 in national modified points can make their way up to your left of the stage. From its humble beginnings at Vinton Speedway in 1983 to the nationally acclaimed event it has become, the Speedway Motors IMCA Super Nationals, fueled by Casey's, has remained true to its roots as America's race and vacation and celebrated its milestone 41st annual event in 2023, bringing drivers to Boone, Iowa from a record 30 states and 3 Canadian provinces. A record 1,017 racers competed in Boone during this year's event. We can all say that we are proud to be a part of such a tremendous event. We'd like to welcome Greg Nickel of Speedway Motors and Boone Speedway Representative Cody Malacote to the stage to assist in our ring presentations for the Super Nationals champions. The third driver to win a second Sport Compact title. Here is the IMCA Sport Compact Super Nationals champion from Mason City, Iowa, Devin Jones. Or maybe not. All right, the 17th different Sport Mod champion in 19 years and the 4th consecutive first-time champion in the division. Please welcome the IMCA Northern Sport Mod Super Nationals champion from Manning, Iowa, Jake Sacco. The 25th stock car titleist in event history, please welcome the IMCA Stock Car Super Nationals champion from Keystone, Iowa, Dylan Thornton. All right, Devin Jones, come on up. Your Sport Compact champion, Devin Jones, has arrived. The 28th different modified champion and the 8th different winner in the last 9 years. Here is your IMCA Modified Super Nationals champion from Harcourt, Iowa, Tim Ward. That's it, guys. And finally, it's time to meet our Friesen Performance IMCA Modified champions. There is no more entertaining and competitive modified racing anywhere in America than that seen at IMCA-sanctioned facilities. In 2023, modifieds competed weekly at nearly 150 venues in 27 states and Canada. Let's meet the modified track, state, and special series champions. Starting in the Shaw Race Cars Western region, he was the Central Arizona Raceway, Cocopah Speedway, Deuce of Clubs Thunder Raceway champion, along with picking up the Arizona State Championship, Chaz Baca. Millard County Raceway track champion, Mark Murray. Wyoming State Champion, Kyle Anton. Razor Chassis North Central Region champions include the Dakota Classic Tour champion and the IMCA TV Winter Nationals champion, Tim Ward. Probably could have put him a little later in there, couldn't I? Yeah. Dubuque Fairgrounds Speedway champion, Lafayette County Speedway champion, and ninth in national points, Jed Freiberger. Interstate Speedway champion and the South Dakota State champion, Ricky Steffen. Park Jefferson Speedway champion, Bob Moore. Jet Racing Central Region champions include the Eagle Raceway champion, Chad Anderson. I-76 Speedway champion, James Beeman. Phillips County Raceway and Colorado State champion, Troy Seidel. On to our regional champions now. In the fall of 2021, Caleb Emerson credited the quality of competition he ran against weekly in helping win Smiley's Racing Products IMCA Southern Sport Mod National Rookie of the Year honors. It was more of that good competition plus fatherly advice and patience that took the Weatherford, Texas Teen to National and GRT Race Car South Central Region Rookie Awards for Friesen Performance IMCA Modifieds this season. The patience part, however, had to be learned. Emerson needed 20 starts over the first 3 months of the season before getting his first win. Something clicked from that point as he'd go on to finish the season with 5 checkers and 18 top 5 finishes in his last 25 home region starts. Emerson, a freshman studying business at Weatherford College, finished tied for 21st in the National Modified standings and third, 1 spot ahead of his dad in regional points. And we're going to have you hang out up here just a little bit, Caleb. and we're going to have Virginia come up with you. Please welcome your GRT race car, South Central Region and IMCA Modified National Rookie of the Year from Weatherford, Texas, Caleb Emerson. Is Jerry over there? Hang on, Caleb. Hang on. Is Jerry over there? Every year, I think I said last year, normally we take a picture, Virginia Lindsay and I do, of the final driver to walk out from behind the curtain. Well, tonight that's Caleb Emerson. So, Jerry, you're going to take a picture of us, not with you. You're going to take the picture with the crowd as the backdrop. I'll get the phone where it needs to be. Don't look through my photo. I think you found something you're finally good at. That was a really good picture of you. You finally found something you're good at.
Yes. I'm not sure what that other picture was that I found. We'll talk about that later.
At this time, IMCA Modified Crew Chief of the Year Award goes to Chaz Baca Sr. Come on up, Chaz. 2 6-race streaks bookended Chaz Baca's history-making 2023 IMCA Speedway Motors weekly racing season. After starting the year with half a dozen underwhelming outings, the 26-year-old from Mesa, Arizona got dialed into a new-to-him chassis and won his Friesen Performance IMCA Modified career 100th feature in late May. The checkers kept coming, and Baca would race all the way to the national championship. Along with a career third Shaw Race Cars Western Region crown since 2020, Baca motored to track titles at Central Arizona Raceway, Cocopah Speedway, and Deuce of Clubs Thunder Raceway, collecting 23 of his 25 wins on the year in his home state. Win number 100, his 13th of the season, came over Memorial Day at Sholo and preceded Baca's announcement that he'd next take aim at 25 wins and the national championship the rest of the way. Please welcome this year's Shaw Race Cars Western Region and Friesen Performance 2023 IMCA Modified National Champion from Mesa, Arizona, Chaz Baca.
You know what? I'm going to use that microphone because everybody else uses this one. Kept it warm for me over here. All right. This is crazy. Who knew that being a little kid playing with little Hot Wheels on a little carpet track that my dad made for me would turn into this, my crew chief over here, and my dad, my mom, and my uncle over here, they have supported me from day one. Like I said, started with little Hot Wheels, and then grew up with the little dirt track kids at Canyon Raceway, running on a little dirt oval, shoving each other in the fence to wreck each other, It was a good time. And then to go from that to go-kart racing, through mod lights, up into modifieds, and kind of a little bit of other kind of everything here and there. And I just, to be up here is crazy, and it's definitely a lot bigger up here once you get up here, definitely. I didn't realize there were so many people. So beginning of the year, actually, you know what? I'm going to start with my dad and my uncle's story. So my dad, the reason I'm in racing in the first place is because of my dad, and he used to race, and when he raced, he was okay. He he was one of them mid-pack. He could run up front, and he was really good in street stock stuff, but in modifieds, my uncle built his engines. And then my dad would do, the suspension stuff and getting the car ready and whatnot. And between the two of them, they were good, decent mid-pack guys. But back in the day, you had to have really good engines and the kind of top-of-the-line stuff, which is kind of the same for now. And but to go from what they were doing to be able to get in top-of-the-line equipment now and to be able to be up here and win a national championship is unreal. And I honestly don't think they even saw it coming until now. So I can't thank them enough for getting this all started. And my dad put me in my first go-kart when I wanted to. Went out and watched a buddy of mine, Tyler, race his go-kart, and came home and said, I want one. And he went and bought me one and threw me in the biggest race of the year for my first race. It was great. But this year, when we picked up this new Harris from Kyle Brown, my dad, first thing he asked him was, so what if we go out and win the national championship this year, you know? And I didn't think that it would happen. We were just kind of BSing with him. And, you know, it's crazy to look back on because here we are. You know, we thought we could have had a chance at it. We've ran third before in national points. And to come into this year and do okay at the first couple races and then finally get a win at the end of Winter Nationals, we thought we might have a chance if we can, you know, keep things rolling and not have too many bad nights. And that's what we did. We just kept pushing and, yeah, made it a great year. I got to thank definitely my dad and my mom for one. You know, they've done everything for me from the start. It's been me and them all the way through every year. My dad hasn't missed a race other than when I went traveling in 2021 without him, which I know killed him because he had to sit at home and do nothing. But other than that, he's been at every race. My mom has supported me week in and week out. I can't thank her enough. My uncle for coming aboard the last couple of years and being there at every race. Just supporting me. You know, this year we were actually running 3 divisions for 10 or 15 races straight, and that was a pretty crazy deal. And he helped keep a couple of them running while I was focused on the modified deal. So got to thank him for that. Got to thank Robert Workmeister for giving me the opportunity in the stock car. We got a track championship this year. Tim Fleeman for giving me an opportunity in a pure stock division at home. Got a track championship in that as well this year. My buddy Spencer Chilton back home. Tyler Meckel, thank you guys. Hal and Opal Daly, June and David Hunt, Jim and Don Hawk, Mike Charlton, John Bloom. Every one of them was just, you know, those small supporters and friends that have been here, you know, all throughout my career. And some of them this year, some of them the whole career. But, I mean, hey, all those little supporters help a lot. Got to thank my sponsors, Tina at Yuma Insurance, Seth and Hatch Toyota, Sean and Moff's Mods and Rod, Jason, Schaefer's Lubricants, John, 928X Motorsports, Brian with Zaccardi Built Garage, Steve with Stephen Duffy Real Estate, Andy at GarageFab.com, Kyler with Kyler Rapella Motorsports, Tom with Slick Stick Shocks, Frank with Swift Springs, Dean Trail Transmission, Paul with Superior Fuel Cells, Jody with Torco Race Fuels, Jeremy at EMD Wraps, and Kyle with Harris Auto Racing. And, you know, without each and every one of them sponsors, this would not be possible. And another huge huge play into us being able to get it out of Arizona, which is crazy to think about as well, because I grew up watching really good drivers come out of Arizona, like the Thorntons and the Wards. I know Rick Ward got close. Ricky Thornton got close. I mean, there was a lot of talent coming out of Arizona, and to be the first is definitely crazy to think about. But, you know, that honestly wouldn't have been possible because of Brad Whitfield. Brad Whitfield came along, and he's got the ownership. Well, he promotes it 3 different racetracks, and that helped us a lot this year because it gave us plenty of races to be able to go out and shoot for a national championship. In the past, we've had issues with tracks, you know, kind of fighting against each other for weekends, because in Arizona we pretty much only have Saturday nights to race. We don't get the 3-4 nights a week. So, you know, we're fighting for our Saturdays only, and to have one, I mean, to have one promoter have 3 tracks to be able to do this was pretty incredible, and I can't thank him enough for giving me this opportunity to shoot for a goal this big. Because honestly, I never thought I'd be standing up here coming from Arizona. I thought I would have had to move first. And also IMCA. Thank you to IMCA for, you know, doing this. They give us something to shoot for every year, and we all put in our hard-earned time and money just to go bang doors with everybody and have some fun, and, you know, see where we end up at the end of the year if we choose to shoot for some points. So yeah, thank you to IMCA, all their staff, you know, the Marriott, everybody that put this deal on. So thank you to everybody, all you guys for coming out here and supporting IMCA, because obviously if you guys weren't supporting IMCA wouldn't even be a thing either. So I'd like to congratulate as well all of the national champions, the regional champions, rookie of the years, state champions, track champions, everybody that won this year. Congratulations. You know, there's a lot of people that win a lot. And honestly, we always forget about looking at the guys that win their first race. Because if you look at somebody that wins their first race, they're going to enjoy it 10 times more than the guy that's won their 50th or 60th race. And we all remember what that first race felt like. And, congratulations to the guys getting their first wins in track championships this year, because, they're going to keep this deal going for us. If they're, because they're going to, now that they've won that first race, they're just going to keep pushing. And, even the guys that just go out every week and have fun and haven't won a race ever, thank you to you guys for keeping us going, because obviously if we didn't have car counts, we wouldn't be doing this either. So thank you to each and every racer out there, each and every track staff, promoter, all the staff that, like I said, puts IMCA where it's at, just everybody that just comes into as a family, as a big, this whole support, the support system of the sport is insane. And just thank you to each and every person that makes this all possible.
All right, thank you, Chaz. At this time, just a couple more things before we wrap up tonight. We invite all of our national champions back to the stage, along with IMCA President Brett Root, to present the champions' rings to our national champions. Returning to the stage to join modified champion Chaz Baca, our stock car champion Mike Nichols, Race Saver Sprint Car champion Tyler Drucke, late model champion Corey Dumpert, hobby stock champion Zach Olmstead, Northern Sport Mod champion Matthew Loft, Southern Sport Mod champion David Phillips, Sport Compact champion Randall Martin, and Stars Mod Light champion Dylan Rafferty. One more round of applause for our 2023 national champions, ladies and gentlemen. And there you have it, the 2023 IMCA Class of Champions. Thank you to everyone for joining us tonight. We will invite all champions to the stage here in a bit. We are going to take a group photo once we are done. Tyler Rabenberg, you have contingency awards from Carson Becker Graham, Marketing Director, right here, so you'll want to stop and see him. Thank you for your attendance, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, we all have the privilege to be a part of something very special, IMCA Racing, where America comes to race. Another racing season is just around the corner. Please enjoy the holiday season with loved ones and travel safely. They say it's getting nasty out there in some areas. So thank you, Larry. Ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you in 2024. Have a good night.